Hello everyone, my name is Nicoris Frias, and today I'm going to talk about the accent reduction project by Paul Gruber. So I'm going to talk about one of his first video regarding the R and W sounds. So in this video, he emphasizes on the correct production of these particular American sounds. The RA or WA or R and W sounds, as they are often challenging also for non-native English speakers. Short introduction. The American R or R sound. In there, he highlights the R sound as one of the most difficult for many learners because the pronunciation varies significantly across languages and even English dialects. To pronounce this consonant sound, the lips come forward like you are going to kiss, and the tongue goes back in the mouth. It does not touch anything. For example, rua, rua, rua. Some samples words that he pronounced in this video were the following, like rich, rich, rum, 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 race, race, robe, robe, rice, rice, rain, rain. On these particular examples, the R is on the first letter, on the first initial of the from the word. So now let's do some examples with the middle R, with the R or Ra in the middle. The examples that he pronounced in this particular video were direction, direction, arrange, arrange, very, very, erase, erase, correct, correct, garage, garage. Now with the R or Ra at the end of the words. The examples that he mentioned on these particular phoneme sounds were car, car, far, far, star, star, door, door, door. Now the W or W sound. The rule that he mentioned for this particular phoneme sound was that the lips come forward, tightly rounded, as if you are going to kiss someone. He mentioned that the teeth should not touch the lower lip, which is how a V phoneme sound is made. For example, wa, wa, wa. Now let's talk about the examples that he mentioned on this particular video. The first one was white, white, what, what, when, wipe, wipe, wing, wing, always, always, beware, beware, awake, awake. Also, questions, questions, quit, quit. So in this particular video, for the R and W, or the wa sound, Gruber is basically teaching different styles for these consonant phonemes. He's very direct and focuses on the physical actions of the articulators, making it accessible for us to understand and practice. He also encourages us to exaggerate during practice to build new muscles memory. He also mentioned in another video about the voicing and the consonant sounds s and z. So for this particular video, Gruber spoke about the consonant sounds s and z. He emphasized that the concept of voicing and its impact on how these sounds are produced and perceived. He also explains that to make a voice sound, your vocal cords vibrate. You can feel a buzz, buzz, or vibration in your throat if you touch it, like zzz, zzz, zzz. And for a voiceless sound, your vocal cords do not vibrate. It's just air. So he also mentioned like some rules for this particular s and z consonant and phoneme sound. So air, for this one, the air is pushed out between the tongue and the roof of the mouth behind the teeth without the vocal cords vibrating for the z, for the s phoneme sounds. Now, he also mentioned another rule that the same tongue and mouth position has s, but now you turn on your voice, like making a busy sounds for the z phoneme sound. Um, he also mentioned how these phoneme sounds works in terms of words ending. The first rule that he mentioned also is that if the last sound in a word is unvoiced and you are adding an phoneme sound, then the s is unvoiced too. One of the examples that he mentioned for this particular video was the word cup, cup. Adding the phoneme sound or making a plural, we have the pronunciation like cups, cups. Another word that he mentioned, another example that he mentioned was the word cat, cat. Now, making this word plural, we have the cats, cats. Another one that we have is he break or he breaks, breaks. I stop or he stops, stops. Now, the second rule that he mentioned for this particular phoneme sound, the sounds, or for the z phoneme sound, is that if a word ends with one of these sounds, like s, z, sh, ch, or ch, and you only need to add the is sounds. For example, we have page, one page, and then to make it plural, like two pages, two pages. Bus, buses, buses. Raise, raises, races. Now, by using this rule, your tone becomes clearer, sharper, and cleaner. Now, the last rule that he mentioned for this video was that if a word ends with a vowel sound, you only need to add a voice sounds like z, z. For example, the number three, adding the z sounds, the pronunciation is trees, trees, day, days, days. Now, if the words it is bright with the s, but it will end with the z sounds. There are like those particular words end with these z sounds. For example, we have his or his, as or as. Your vocal cords vibrate when you make this particular phoneme sounds with this particular pronunciation. So that was the details and informations that we saw in these two videos from Paul Gruber. Thank you so much for listening to me. My name is Nicauris Frias. Bye bye.